Good morning, Hell Stalkers. This is Derek Klein coming to you from the Hell Palace on a Thursday, May the 7th. Had a lot of activity yesterday, stretching all the way from parts of Nebraska through Kansas. A lot of activity in Oklahoma yesterday, and even more activity down in Texas. Expecting a lot of the same again as we go through the day today. So we're going to jump right on in. We're going to take a look at two things for today. The first couple things that we want to take a look at, we're going to look at the outlook for May. So we put together an outlook on what we expect to happen for the rest of the month. All this is based off of analogs, the same thing that we used as we did our forecast for this spring. We're continuing that forecast. It's been accurate all the way through so far into the month of May, and we expect that to continue as we go through the month of May. So we're going to take a look at the analog year that we matched, which is 2004. What happened in 2004? We're going to take a look at that in the May forecast. We're also going to take a look at the forecast for today, and we're not going to get a lot of time to talk about, but going into your Friday, your Saturday, your Sunday, potentially even Monday, could be a lot more activity as well. So let's go ahead and jump right on into the forecast. Let's take a look at what we expect to happen for the month of May. And a lot of activity. First of all, Southeast, it doesn't look like a lot of activity. Below average should continue across the Southeast. That does not mean you won't get any hail. There will still be opportunities for hail. They'll just be more isolated, not quite as common as what you'd have in a normal spring. Now we're looking at the average area, and we've got a fairly large area. We expect near average hail. That includes a large portion of the Midwest, and then back out in the plains, and then the high plains up towards Denver and Billings and Bismarck, Rapid City. We expect near average activity. We've got a fairly large area where we expect slightly above average activity. That includes Chicago, places like Indianapolis, Minneapolis. We're going to take a look at Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Kansas City, Omaha, Amarillo, Lubbock, Denver, Rapid City. So all those areas, it looks like it's going to be a fairly active month. The high plains, especially as we get into the later portion of the month. And then we've got a large area where we expect a lot more activity than normal, and that's really just kind of the high plains. So Omaha, potentially up towards Minneapolis, and then down towards West Kansas, western Oklahoma, potentially as close as Oklahoma City. So that's the forecast for today, or for the month of May, I should say. And again, looks fairly active. So we expect that to continue. We expect to be, for the country, really near average. Possibly even slightly above average for the month of May, and it really goes along with the analogs that we pulled from the year of 2004. So jumping a look into today's forecast, so let's go ahead and see what we've got going. So for May 7th, and that's your Thursday afternoon, we've got a fairly large area where we expect some hail that could occur. We've got several boundaries in the area. First of all, we're going to have a cold front that's going to drape across parts of Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, kind of clips the corner of Nebraska, goes into Kansas. We expect severe weather to develop along that. We've also got a complex of storms already underway developing out here in the western Texas Panhandle, and that's going to continue to shove off to the east-southeast. It'll actually expand to the north. Looks like Oklahoma City will be on the north side of that, down into Dallas, and there's actually a boundary that kind of drapes across this area as well. So a lot of large hail is possible, especially along that boundary down in North Texas, potentially as far east as Dallas. So that'll be our big thing to watch as we go through the afternoon is, can that large hail make it all the way into Dallas? So we'll be watching that. Taking a look at your individual city forecast, we're going to jump through these here pretty quick. Minneapolis, from 3 to 7 today, potential for up to golf ball size hail. Not real locked in on that, but the opportunity is there. Storms should develop on top of Minneapolis, quickly move into the Wisconsin area. About a 10 to 15% chance across parts of Minneapolis. Taking a look at the forecast as we drop down the line towards Des Moines, potential for up to 2-inch hail. Again, storms should develop on top of Des Moines between 4 and 5 o'clock. Quickly shove off to the east, about a 10 to 15% with some 60-mile-per-hour winds possible there. As we drop down the line, again, these also on the cold front, Kansas City, near golf ball size hail possible. Not likely, but about a 20% chance for hail in Kansas City, and we'll do about a 65-mile-per-hour winds as the possibility in Kansas City. Drop down towards Oklahoma City, the air is a little bit more stable than yesterday, so not expecting as much activity today. That should change as we head into Friday and Saturday, but golf ball size hail is possible. More than likely won't happen. Only about a 10% chance of hail in Oklahoma City with some 65-mile-per-hour winds possible on the north side of that complex that develops and moves into the area. And as we drop down the line, this is where we get into some of the bigger hail. Wichita Falls, up to baseball size hail is possible. Chance of hail about 35%, so they've got a little bit higher chance for hail, and some winds up to 65 miles per hour also possible. And then as we head over to Dallas, from 4 to 9 p.m., baseball size hail is possible, about a 30% chance, and some winds up to 60, 65 miles per hour possible with those storms. Again, these storms will be on a boundary, so we'll have to watch those. If they can develop, the opportunity will be there for some large hail. So not locked in, but it's definitely a high possibility that it could happen. So we'll be watching that as we go through the afternoon hours. As always, we'll send out our text alerts. We'll let everybody know exactly what's going on. If you have any questions for us, please don't hesitate to give us a call, 855-334-4245, or you can reach us at info@hailtrace.com. We hope you have a great day.